Okay, this is going to be a super jank unboxing. This is the Beelink SER Series Mini 5, a Ryzen 7 little box. As you can see, it's tiny, very small. This is a full-on PC. That's just mind-boggling as far as I'm concerned. So in the box you get some proper English and Deutsches Benutzer Handbuch, Espanol Italiano. But anyway, that's for people who read the stuff. Let's look at the accessories. Right, I think that's for the Visa mount. Yep, this is the Visa mount. We can mount things in the back of a monitor or something. Got the plug and the power supply. Oh yes, and an HDMI cable. Can be rather handy. Right, and screws. All of that out of the way. Now for the actual little thing. So this is made by Beelink. There's quite a few other makes that you can find on Amazon. All much of a muchness, they're all pretty similar. This is the SER model by Beelink themselves. Comes with AMD Radeon, quite a decent little chipset. I wouldn't call it very gaming friendly, but it's not bad at all actually. You can play some of the AAA games on Steam. So what you have, USB-C to I think USB 3.2 at the front, USB 2 at the back, DisplayPort, HDMI, and a gigabit Ethernet. Right. Let's open this up and see what's inside in terms of expandability. Here's my box by iFixit. Now keep in mind this little tab over here, that is on the opposite side of the front where the power switch is, so just make sure that you remember that. Sometimes these lids can only fit in one way. Right, you've got to be really very careful, especially with this model, because it actually has a little ribbon cable right here that connects to the motherboard. This is where you can, oh, let me just get that into shot. This is where you can fit a 2.5 inch SSD or an HDD, no, hard drive. So don't Hulk smash this thing out of it, because I don't think you can buy these separately. I'll just put it decently aside like that. Okay, here you've got the two RAM slots, the RAM DIMMs, sorry, they typical UDIMMs or micro DIMMs like you can put in laptops. This specific model has got two 16 gig ones. Two 16 gig ones over there by ZW, which is exactly the, well, it is Beelink. I do think that you can add up to 96 gigs of RAM, but I might be wrong. So it's going to be quite expensive because you have to take these two out. Anyway, so here you've got your NVMe drive. The specific one is a 512, and that I'm afraid is just not going to do. We need to replace that And in order to facilitate this, I have got a 2 terabyte NVMe drive, as well as a 2 terabyte solid state drive that goes in over there. The reason for this is that we're going to mirror this with ProxMox with ZFS or ZFS, depending on which side of the pond you find yourself. It uses this metal case for a little bit of heat dissipation, so this pad might get in quite handy. So let's just transfer that across there for in case. Good. Right. As we can see, this has got the serial 88 connectors over there. Now, in here, the serial connectors, other connections are on this side. So, we will have to insert it like this. And make sure that it actually there you go, makes positive contact. There you go, it's in. So we can actually very easily just leave it like this, or put in some of the little supplied screws in here to keep it well seated, which I suppose is actually not a bad idea. Let's do just that and make this video even more excruciating. Good. Now that the drive is in, drives plural, we can close it again, and then we shall, in a future video, we shall show you how we load ProxMox. There you go. A little gaming PC with 32 gigs of RAM and 4 terabytes of space. How cool is that?